Butterflies for Kiri by Cathryn Falwell. For my Aunt Sandy, who sent me a box of beautiful papers for my birthday a long time ago. This is called the title page. Look at the beautiful title page. So we have the cover and the title page. Kiri loved to draw and paint and make things. On Kiri's birthday, Auntie Lou sent a special gift. It had a purple paper butterfly perched on the top. Inside was a package of colored paper squares and a book called Origami, the Art of Paper Folding. The book showed how to fold the papers into wonderful things. There was a turtle, a boat, a bird, and a butterfly, just like the one Auntie Lou had made for Kiri's package. Do you see the butterfly that was on her package? Kiri gently slid the beautiful papers from the package. She spread them out like a rainbow. Purples, pinks, blues, greens, yellows, oranges, and reds. Kiri ran her finger softly over the papers. They were as thin as butterfly wings. Kiri opened the origami book and looked at the drawings inside. The book had diagrams that showed how to do each step. A diagram is a picture that explains something. There were fold arrows and unfold arrows. There were valley fold lines that folded forward and mountain fold lines that folded backwards. Fold crisply, the book said. Crease sharply. Kiri looked at Auntie Lou's butterfly. It had crisp folds, just like the ones in the book. Kiri studied the diagrams. There were 15 steps to make a butterfly. Kiri chose a sheet of bright purple paper that matched Auntie Lou's butterfly. Then she looked at the first diagram and carefully folded her paper the same way, corner to corner, with a crisp, neat crease. A crease is a fold. Kiri looked at the next step and folded her paper in half again. I'm going to show you the steps right now. So this is what she's looking at. These 15 steps to make this butterfly. Okay, let's continue. For the next step, all the corners had to meet in the middle. No, it says in the center. The center is the same as the middle. Kiri folded her paper, but the corners didn't match up. This is a really common problem with origami. Sometimes when you're folding, it's difficult to get a precise, perfect fold, and you have to really work at that. She tried again, but it was hard to get the folds just right, and the old creases still showed. Kiri tried the next step, but the thin purple paper tore a little along an old crease line. Her beautiful paper, a tear ran down her cheek. Wiping her eyes, Kiri tried the next fold. The paper tore again. "It's ruined," Kiri cried. She wanted to start over, but she was afraid of tearing another sheet. Sadly, she gathered up the rest of the papers and slid them safely back in the package. How is Kiri feeling right now? Can you name the emotion that she's feeling? I think she's feeling discouraged and frustrated. Have you ever felt discouraged and frustrated when you're trying really hard and it's just not working? I have. And I think everyone I know has felt discouraged and frustrated. And you know what we have to do? We have to persevere. We have to keep going and keep trying and never, ever, ever give up. Let's continue the story. I'm going to move the camera a little bit because I'm new at this whole reading a book on camera thing. And so you guys are going to learn with me, all right? Oh, there goes my thumb. Okay, here we go. The next day, Kiri carefully slid the origami papers from the package and spread them out like a rainbow. Purples, pinks, blues, greens, yellows, oranges, and reds. The colors danced before her eyes. Kiri wanted to try folding a butterfly again, but she didn't want to ruin another sheet of the beautiful papers. She took a piece of notebook paper and cut it into a square. Then, very carefully, Kiri followed the steps in the origami book. This time, she got to the 9th step before the paper tore. Yay, Kiri! So she's learning little by little. She's practicing, and she's gonna mess up a whole bunch of times, right? Because we know when you're learning something, it's really normal to mess up a whole bunch of times. Some days after school, Kiri made chalk drawings. Other days, she painted or made things with clay. And every day, she practiced making origami butterflies. Look what she's using. Is she using the origami paper? No. She's using newspaper. She's using magazine paper. She's using whatever she has around her house, and she's saving that special origami paper. One Saturday morning, Kiri went to the park to play. It was a perfect spring day. She went high on a swing and saw the bright blue sky and the new green grass. Pink petals from the trees blew gently in the breeze. Pretty soon it's going to look like this outside your house. I can't wait. Right now we have snow. Crazy. Kiri skipped by the bright red and purple tulips shining up from the garden on her way home. A yellow butterfly fluttered around the flowers. The colors danced before Kiri's eyes. She couldn't wait to get home to make a picture. Quickly, Kiri got out her watercolor paints, a brush, a jar of water, and a big sheet of paper. She dipped the brush into the water and then into the blue paint. With long strokes, she painted the bright blue sky. She rinsed her brush and dipped it into the green paint. Slowly and carefully, Kiri painted the green grass. Boys and girls, she cleans her brush just like we do. I like to swishy, swishy. I like to swishy, swishy. I like to drippy, drippy. I like to test it. Do you think she sings that song? I think she does. Kiri rinsed her brush again, and this time she chose the red of the tulips. But as soon as her brush touched the grass, the red paint leaked into the wet green and made a muddy puddle. Kiri tried to scrub away the spot, but the paper got soggy and began to shred. Boys and girls, we talk about this when we're painting, how when you start seeing the crumbs on the paper, you know that the paper is saying, "Stop, I need a break. I'm too wet." And you know if you see those crumbs, your paper's about to rip, right? Here we go. "It's terrible," Kiri cried. Mama came into the kitchen. I see the spring colors from the park, Mama said. What a nice picture. No, it's ruined, Kiri sobbed. Oh, Kiri. You can do another one tomorrow. Kiri ran to her room. She was about to fling herself onto her bed when she saw the package of origami papers. Carefully, she spread out the colors like a rainbow. Purples, pinks, blues, greens, yellows, oranges, and reds. There was the bright red of the tulip she had tried to paint. Kiri took her scissors and cut a shape from the corner of the red paper. Then she took everything to the kitchen. The red paper tulip looked perfect on her painting. Kiri smiled and glued the shape over the muddy spot. Scraps of purple, pink, blue, green, orange, and red floated onto the table as Kiri cut more and more shapes to add to her picture. So she's making a collage. The colors began to dance. Remember, collage. When you cut, and you glue, glue. You can make a collage with anything. You don't have to have origami paper. You can use any scrap paper to make a collage. Just don't make a mess, okay? Because you're at home. Kiri looked over her colored papers again and chose a bright yellow square. She took a deep breath and folded it. Do you take deep breaths when you get upset or when you're nervous? Is that a strategy that you use? It's a strategy I use. She folded it into a beautiful butterfly. Wow. Boys and girls, do you remember the book Beautiful Oops, where you can take an oops and you can turn it into something else? So you can make a mess up into a masterpiece or a mess up into a dress up. That's kind of what Kiri did. And look, you can still see the splotch where she messed up. And that is the end of the story, except for, dun, 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 dun. Here are the directions for making the origami butterfly. Okay guys, we are going to create the origami butterfly that you see here in the book Butterflies for Kiri. We're going to look at the first step, which is fold a paper square in half. Now, I need a paper square, right? So I doubt that you have origami paper at your house. I do, but I'm an art teacher, okay? So when I was your age, I definitely did not have origami paper laying around at my house, and I don't expect you to have it. So I'm gonna take this old newspaper from 2017. I saved it because it has lots of cool pictures in it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold a triangle like this, okay? Now, it's possible to fold a triangle and then not have it end up as a square. So you're gonna try to do your best to fold this edge parallel to this edge. Parallel is like train tracks, right? They go on forever and they never meet. Okay, here I go. Did you hear that? There is geometry in art. So all of the different things that you learn are related. Everything's related. Okay, here we go. Fold the paper in half. Now I think I want to fold it this way. I like this side better. It's more colorful. Fold it in half. Again, it says. Direction step 2. Fold it in half again, and then we're gonna unfold the paper in step 3 And in step 4, we are going to fold all the corners to the center. Okay, I'm gonna do all those steps right now. Here we go. So I folded it in half once. I am folding it in half again. I'm turning lights on. I should have done that before. Okay. And we're folding the corners, the points, to the center or the middle. We're trying to be as precise as possible, and it's a little tricky because this paper's probably not perfectly square, to be 100% honest with you, but you know what? I'm doing it. I'm just gonna see what happens, okay? I want you to just see what happens too. We can do it over again if we mess up, just like Kiri did. Okay, 5, unfold the paper again, and then we're gonna fold the sides into the center. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. I think that this is a little bit tricky because how do we know where the center is, right? So you know what we're gonna do? We are gonna actually fold it in half, and then we're gonna fold the sides to the center. I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. I'm gonna fold it in half this way, like a hot dog bun, right? Like a taco. I like tacos better than hot dogs. And then we're gonna fold the edges to the middle. So again, I'm being very precise as I can. Now, if you notice, my cuts are not exactly straight, but it'll work. It might not be perfect, but it'll work. Okay, now it says, fold the top and bottom to the center. Do you see that? Step 7, can you read it? And then it says it should look like this. Now again, how do we know where the center is? How are we gonna find out? Ding, ding, ding. We're gonna fold it in half. Here we go. I don't know where the center is. What? How am I supposed to know that? You're gonna know it because you are going to first fold it in half. So this is a step that is not in the instructions, but oh, does it make it easier? Fold this to the center. Fold this to the center. Okay, it should look like this, it says. Does it? Does it look like that? Where are you, camera? There you are. I'm trying to film this at a very strange angle. Okay, it does look like that. So now I'm on step 9. Carefully pull out the inside corners. Huh? Press flat, then fold up the corners. What? Okay, this is a little confusing. This is where it gets confusing. So you're going to just watch me, and if it takes you a couple times and you want to rewind, you can do that, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. When they say carefully pull out the inside corners, they mean this. You're going to fold it backwards. So you already have these folds. You're not making new folds, but these are gonna come out. Uh-oh. This is one, it would be nice if my paper was square. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna show you again. So it was like this, right? And you're gonna fold this like that. You're gonna do the same thing on this side. So I'm reversing the fold and folding it inside out, and it's like that, okay? I'm gonna hold it up. I hope you can see. Did you see that? Okay, now, you know what? Newspaper is really thin and it's kind of brittle. That means it'll break easily. It's fragile, but that's okay. Just be really careful. And if it rips, you know what? It's okay. Even if it does rip, it's all right. Okay, it says press it flat. Then, sorry. It says press flat. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Okay, press flat. Then fold up the top corners. It should look like this now. Okay? Okay, we're gonna do that. Press flat. No. We're doing mouse. We're gonna push this one up like that. Okay? And we're gonna push this one up like so. It should look like this now, does it? Yes, it does. Turn it over and fold down the top. Turn it over, boom. Fold down the top. Here we go. It's starting to look like a butterfly. Yay. Okay, this is so exciting. 13. Now, fold the whole thing in half. Boom. Got it. Open. Wait, can you see? Where is it? There it is. Open by making a small diagonal fold. Repeat on the other side. Okay, do you see that right there? See that little tiny dotted line? That's how they want you to fold it. Now it says, the last step, with patience and practice, you can make a butterfly. I'm going to tell you something, you guys. You're probably going to mess up a few times, all right? Let's expect to mess up. Sometimes I say that and people are like, that's terrible. Why would you tell kids to expect to mess up? The reason why is because whenever I do something the first time, I always mess up. And I have a lot of practice under my belt. So I think it's good to expect to mess up and just expect to have to try a few times. Honestly, I think that. All right, so I'm gonna make the diagonal fold right here. Remember that little dashed line that they had? Okay, I'm doing it on the blue paper. So here we go. It's right there. And then just turn it over and make this corner meet this corner. Bing! And voila! Oh, wait a minute. I should have done it the other way. I should have done it so this was on the front. Can I switch it now? Let's see. Can I switch it? Not really. I mean, I'm doing it anyway. I'm not following the directions. It didn't work out the way I wanted it, and I'm making a mess up into a master. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay, so this is not exactly how you're supposed to do it, but I like this side better than this side. So guess what? You have artist license, and you can do what you want when you have artist license. Okay, so there we go. Butterflies for Kiri by Cathryn Falwell. Look at how cute she is. Just like my students are so cute. And I want to show you something. I don't want you to be grossed out, okay? But I want to show you something. Some of you are gonna be grossed out. This is a butterfly that I found on the side of the road. It was already dead. I did not kill it. I don't kill things. And I just thought that the wings were so beautiful. They are broken. And I thought I would do something with it someday. Because look at that. Look at how beautiful. Can you see? It's not even under the camera, is it? There we go. Look at that. It's iridescent. It's like a pearl. Nature has the most beautiful colors. and textures and patterns in it. Oh, amazing. Poor little guy. He didn't make it, but I bet some of his friends did. All right, I hope you guys have fun. And remember, just keep rewinding and practicing. You can also go on the internet and find other instructional videos. So what if you find that this isn't the best video? That's okay, you guys. I'm not a professional. I'm just trying to do this. Go and look for other videos that might be better if this one was trickier for you. Maybe the way that somebody else says it just will click and make more sense for you. That's okay, all right? And if you do find a really good one, send it to me and I'll link it for everybody else. All right, thanks. I miss you guys. See you soon.